effort had to continue. Another shot of Walsh's shows the extent of the damage. And remember, that was just one store. By late on the night of the 12th, the whole of the moor was a blazing inferno, a straight half-mile of flames, an arrow pointing to the industrial heart of the city. If the Germans had followed that arrow, who knows what would have happened to our war production. Another of the problems facing people as they tried to find their place of work was that when they arrived there, their offices and shops had simply disappeared. Often the whole block was missing. Another hazard for pedestrians were the unexploded bombs, such as those in Snig Hill and Angel Street, which were detonated after the all clear. People had to make complicated detours. It wasn't just our homes, our work that suffered. Even our precious moments of leisure were under attack. This is Bramall Lane, after the first night of the Blitz. And here are some of the homes in that locality. Extra buses had to be drafted in from other towns in the region because many of the tram cars and our existing buses had been blasted off the roads. Special reception centres had to be set up overnight to house the people who were brought from houses like this. And it says a tremendous amount for the morale of the citizens of Sheffield that on this morning, after a night of terror, after a hasty breakfast in a refugee camp, because that's what they were, and sometimes not knowing whether their families were still alive, most people packed up their food, their sandwiches, and went off to work as usual. It was on the second night of the Blitz that the suburbs took the brunt of the attack. On that night, the German attack began about Norton and worked its way around the eastern side of the city, down as far as Tinsley and Attercliffe. Thousands more people were left homeless, thousands more flocked into air raid shelters, and later in the day, they flocked to the reception centres and the sleeping centres. Hundreds of luckier people in other parts of the city, particularly to the southwest, opened their homes for the refugees. For many, there was good cause for thanksgiving. But where could they go? The churches themselves had been damaged. One of the first churches to suffer bomb damage was St. Mark's at Broom Hill. But it was by no means the only one. Happily, the cathedral survived, but this is the area surrounding it. A low